Demonstrators in Tehran protested Israel's strikes on Iran Friday, chanting anti-America and anti-Israel slogans while holding pictures of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. According to Associated Press, the protest started after Friday prayers and worshippers were joined by other demonstrators. Compromises never reached any result, and they won't in future, said one Tehran resident who attended the protest. Meanwhile, new diplomatic efforts appeared to be underway as Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi headed to Geneva for meetings with the European Union's top diplomat and counterparts from the United Kingdom, France and Germany. The war between Israel and Iran erupted June 13, with Israeli airstrikes targeting nuclear and military sites, top generals and nuclear scientists. At least 657 people, including 263 civilians, have been killed in Iran and more than 2,000 wounded, according to a Washington-based Iranian human rights group. Iran has retaliated by firing 450 missiles and 1,000 drones at Israel, according to Israeli army estimates. Most have been shot down by Israel's multi-tiered air defenses, but at least 24 people in Israel have been killed and hundreds wounded.
این حمله‌ای که اسرائیل به ایران کرد حمله‌ای نبود. ایران تازه حمله رو شروع کرده و تا آخرش هستیم. ما مردم تا آخرش هستیم. هیچ موقع سازش به هیچ جا نرسید و نخواهد رسید. با دشمنی که زیر سازش میزنه چه سازشی داریم؟ بکنیم ریشش از ته بکنیم بندازیمش کنار خیال یک مشت مسلمون تو دنیا رو راحت کنیم.
A powerful explosion was recorded in Tehran in an area where Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei's bunker is believed to be located, Al Jazeera reported, citing local residents. According to local residents, loud explosions were heard in the area. No official statement has been made yet about the details and consequences of the incident. It should be noted that the area in question was targeted previously, on June 18. Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei was moved to an underground bunker in Lavizan in northeastern Tehran hours after Israel began its attacks on Tehran early Friday, two informed sources inside Iran told Iran International. All members of Khamenei's family including his son Mojtaba are with him, the sources said. According to the sources, during the previous operations against Israel, True Promise 1 and True Promise 2, the supreme leader's family was also taken to the bunker. At that time, Mojtaba was by his side, but two of his sons, Masoud and Mustafa, were not with him. Recently, Israel targeted the city of Mashhad, located 2,300 kilometers from the Jewish state, for the first time. A diplomatic source in the Middle East told Iran International that the Israeli airstrike on Mashhad was a warning to Iran's supreme leader that he is not safe anywhere in the country. The diplomatic source added that Israel could have eliminated Khamenei on the first night of the operation, but the Israeli government chose to keep him alive to give him a final chance to decide on completely dismantling the Islamic Republic's uranium enrichment program. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered increased strikes on strategic targets in Iran following an Iranian attack on an Israeli hospital. Iran fired about 30 ballistic missiles early Thursday, directly hitting southern Israel's main hospital, Soroka Medical Center, and two more strikes in the central cities of Holon and Ramat Gan, wounding dozens.
Russia has ulterior motives for offering to mediate in the conflict between Israel and Iran, since the Kremlin is interested in the continuation of the crisis. Ukrainian expert in Israel Leonid Barats stated this on the Freedom TV channel. After the Israeli operation, the People Like a Lion against Iranian nuclear facilities began on June 13, 2025. Russian dictator Putin took the initiative to mediate, holding talks with the leaders of Israel, Iran, and the United States. However, as the expert notes, Moscow's far-reaching plans are hidden behind this seemingly peaceful initiative. Russia is currently one of the main beneficiaries of everything that is happening. This is due not only to the increase in oil prices, but also, of course, to the fact that Russia is an alternative trade route for China. We know that Russia, China, Pakistan, and Iran are acting in concert, and at the moment, Russia is one of the beneficiaries of this conflict, Leonid Barats noted. Of particular concern is the possible scenario if Putin does not indeed begin to intervene in the conflict. Moreover, it seems to me that Putin will try to prolong the conflict and aggravate it one way or another, perhaps even recommending that the Iranian leadership attack Saudi Arabia or Qatar, which are so dear to the heart of President Trump. Because Israel, as we see, despite rare flights, is able to defend itself. But Saudi Arabia and Qatar, especially their oil facilities, may be quite vulnerable. The speaker commented, "Such actions by Iran, if it follows the advice of its ally from the Kremlin, will lead to very beneficial consequences for the Russian Federation. The defeat of the oil facilities of Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and also if Iran wants to cause a trade collapse, will lead to an inevitable rise in oil prices, a dramatic rise, and of course, the beneficiary of all this will be Russia and its dictator, Putin." Barats concluded. Israel fears that the Russians may provide some assistance to the Iranian side to prolong the conflict. Russian official media support Iran and broadcasts its propaganda. After all, it is an ally of the Russian Federation, but Russia has not intervened in the conflict on Iran's side despite their alliance. They are probably afraid of losing their ties with Arab states and are busy with the war against Ukraine. Russia has not provided and does not plan to provide support to Iran during the Israeli attack, although both countries have previously actively cooperated. Iran supplied Russia with Shaheds in the first year of the full-scale war against Ukraine. It also helped build a plant to produce these UAVs. And in January, Moscow and Tehran signed an agreement on strategic partnership. However, Russia has not provided any significant assistance to Tehran so far.